Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay, and I got what? AP, Craftmatic. Yes, sir. If I can't say no more, what is going on, people?
Man, life is good.
Is it? I want to know how good it is for each and every one of you. So let's start with Craftmatic first. My inspirational brother, how was your day?
Man, I'm always rested on Thursday. See, Thursday's my day off. So I slept all day till about 3 o'clock, lounging and eating and hanging out, and got up.
Who you slept with?
Nah, just a rest period.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
By yourself, did
by
you?
myself,
It's a
just-
self thing.
Yeah, it's just
I mean, you ain't had nobody just
time for
mojo and
meditation,
playing with you?
you know?
No oils, no nothing?
Nah, man.
On your day off?
You can already tell where Jay's head is for tonight, folks, right? Let me, how are you doing tonight, Miss AP?
I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. I
what?
just got back from Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
So you went with Crafty?
No.
No, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying.
okay.
He already said it by himself.
It's beautiful
With some
in there.
oils and
Making
some
money.
candles.
Yeah, making money.
Make him old. Yeah, Craft like that.
So, folks, welcome. This is Bar Talk with Jay, and this is just our opportunity to inspire. We inspire through dialogue. And man, do we have a heavy dialogue for you tonight. This is one that probably is going to touch the lives of every soul on the globe. All right? Because it's such a dynamic talk, you know.
I feel so uplifted.
Everybody's getting in this discussion or have been, you know, a part of the subject for tonight. So we just want to thank you for being here. This is Jay's vision to be able to sit in a bar talk scenario and just share great dialogue that people can grow from, people can learn from, people can have an opportunity to look in the mirror at themselves through our dialogue and make your own opinion. Most of the stuff that we're talking about we have experienced, but if you haven't experienced it, this may give you a jump start, a head start on how you're going to deal with it when it comes up, because I assure you it will come up, right?
So that's what we do.
Yeah. So we're glad you're here with us tonight. We got a fantastic program for you, and why don't we get started with a prayer for tonight? Would you like to pray, Jay?
Man, I gotta pray, because again, what we're going through right now is dark times. So what I want to do is say, not bow your head, just understand. Don't pray for the things that you don't have, but the understanding of what He's going to give you. One of the problems of the day is we always want, but you don't understand what's being given. Pray for understanding, because when He's giving it to you, you understand what's being given to you.
Yes.
You have to understand blessings come through people. He brings you somebody and you don't even recognize what He brings you because you ain't learned your lesson. You too stuck on yourself and realizing that it didn't come because you're not in the right place. Understand that you want Him to guide you, not your own wants.
Right.
Our wants will drive us crazy.
Yes.
Our brains will drive us out of our minds. And what I will always tell you, He has you. You just don't understand Him.
There you go.
Pray for understanding and ask for deliverance from what you're already going through, so He can show you something better
Yes.
and for you to live a better way.
There you go.
That's my prayer.
All right.
Amen.
And I'll say amen to that, because there was so much good stuff in that. The blessings come through people. Forget, you know, His wants are far greater than our wants. Pray for deliverance. And I love it, Jay. I love it. And, you know, for those you folks who don't have a prayerful life, we just want to encourage you to pray, because prayer does work. And I was telling a friend of mine the other night, she keeps telling me that she's praying. She said, I'm praying over it, I'm praying over it. I'm like, no, you're not, because if you're praying over it, things will be moving. Because prayer moves things, and it moves things quickly. I'm talking about if I pray over money tonight, it will arrive tomorrow. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And when you know the process, when you test the process by putting your prayer out there in the universe, you'll see what happens. But there is no come up until you speak over it.
And I said one thing about
works.
why it might not be also working.
What's that?
Work. Don't just pray and not put in work.
Yeah.
Don't ask for Him to give you abundance of money and don't expect you to do His work.
Right.
That's the problem of the day, is because you asking without work. So why in the world are you asking because you don't want to work?
Right.
That ain't how it works. His whole thing is work within my accordance.
Right.
I have music for you and you ain't playing it. You ain't doing nothing, but you won't.
Right.
That's why what you doing don't make sense. It don't sound good.
I love it, Jay. I love it.
Get back in tune And it will make sense, and it will come. Hone your craft.
There you go.
It's always been within you.
There you go.
But you keep busy working about everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's why I had that little prayer.
Yeah, and I just want you folks to kind of hear what's coming out of this dialogue already. We're talking about how how to inspire your spiritual life, how to inspire your prayer life. And, some of the catch-22s of prayer. You can't just pray. You got to get up and do something to follow the word. And if what happens is, if you pray, when you get up and you go do something, you don't know what you're going to do. But if you pray right, what you do will be the right thing to do. Right? Because you'll be divinely guided. You might not know that you're talking to the right people, but the word's going to be coming out of you and pouring out of you, selling yourself and your dreams and trying to get ahead. So just wonderful dialogue. And again, I've never heard this kind of dialogue anywhere, not in any format. And so I'm very proud of what we do. And let's do a real quick recap of last week, because last week was a very interesting show as well. Here was the topic. You're in a committed relationship, but not in love with him or her anymore. Perhaps you're in love with someone else. What should you do?
Now, you already know I had one of them relapses over that one. And again, be honest.
Be honest.
It's a situation where you're going to hurt somebody.
Yeah, regardless.
But if you be more honest to yourself, the hurt going to hurt regardless. But at that point, people can still have respect for you for at least being upfront.
Yeah.
Because their feelings mean something, even though you stepped on them at that moment.
Right.
But to them, at least you're going to go off to be happy. They're not happy really for you, because it's kind of hard for me to swallow this pill.
Right.
But the one thing I will say, don't waste my time.
Right. Don't
because
waste
you can
nobody's
leave me
time.
alone, and I felt we wasn't really bonded or tied at this point,
Right.
Mhm.
and you wasn't treating me the same.
Mhm.
I would rather you go off and be happy than to treat me less than what I need to be treated.
There you go.
Because at this point, we can have some kind of mutual respect for each other. Even though I'm gonna have a hard time just getting over the fact you with somebody else and she ain't cuter than me, that's always gonna be a problem.
Right.
Falling around.
Right.
But the problem I'm gonna tell folks, no matter cuter or less, he ain't happy.
He ain't happy.
That them
She ain't
know,
happy.
Right.
Right.
regardless how far. No,
Right.
it's
And
about
listen,
being happy
I think.
for yourself,
Yeah.
not
Right.
them.
Right.
At that point, he don't want you.
Yeah.
But your happiness is with your God, your spirit, where
And
you
watch
can
this.
rebound and say, you know something? Don't waste my time.
Right.
Because I can't get that back.
Right.
Talk
Watch
about I
this.
just tolerated you. Don't
We
disrespect me.
didn't say anything about this last week, but if you are in love with somebody and you think that they're not in love with you, I think it's time to address the issue, right? Because they're not happy.
For sure.
They probably got some nights they disappear, sometimes you can't reach them on the phone. There may be some of those things going on. And hey, if they don't love you anymore, they don't love you anymore.
Right.
My mother told me when I was 10 or 11 years old, I said, "Mom, I can't wait to grow up and get a wife and have a family and all that stuff and fall in love." And she stopped me right there and she said, "Son, don't worry about the love." She said, "Find a friend, somebody you can hang out with, somebody you can kick it with, somebody who you can grow with." She said, "Because the love is going to always come and go." And what do we do when the love goes? We should really fight for the love that we once had.
Right.
We should really take a step back and say, okay, I'm going to take some ownership of whatever problem's going on here, and let me see if I can fix this.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be with them if you weren't supposed to be with them. But people are always changing, and so maybe each of you have changed and you can't see each other. You can't feel each other anymore. If the love is not there, even more than the love, if you're not happy, you can not be in love and still be happy living with someone and having a family and having a wonderful relationship. It is possible to be happy with someone but not in love, and that may mean that you've given up on love, or that may mean this is all the love you really need. So there's many different ways to deal with it, but honesty is the best policy. And I brought out the point. I think this was a crescendo all throughout the show, is that we all know the right thing to do is to be honest and to be straightforward and tell them, "Hey, I'm not in love with you." But very few people do it.
Let's get a woman point of view. AP, what you think?
I'm just a firm believer. First of all, I've had to file restraining orders. So
you got a man going crazy.
No, so it's in my experience, it's really Jay is factual when you say you're gonna hurt somebody regardless.
Right.
I am very straightforward about what it is, what it was, and what it ain't. And so for me, like when I'm dating, yeah, like I'm very clear. Let's keep this light and fluffy.
Light and fluffy.
You know what I'm saying? I have another girlfriend who's like, I want relationship stuff without relationship stuff.
Don't we all?
So it's like, yeah, we can go out, we can chill out, we can hang out. But if you have a bad day at work, I'm not that chick to call because keep it light.
Listen, we're gonna talk more about that.
I had a bad day.
Listen, it was.
Call your mama.
And I think we would all agree. It was a dynamic show, and it was a lot of great dialogue, and I'm just really proud of what we did on that show, because even my eyes were open. Every time we do a show, when I go to my day and my week and the people in my lives, I'm seeing through what we talked about, and I'm just so aware and so conscious of the world, as a result of this show. But if you didn't get a chance to see it, folks, check it out. We're on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, Periscope. You can find
POF. Has plenty of fish, that's right. All my plenty of fish out there, keep on listening. I mean, they dating too.
Listen, you will find Jeremiah Hogerbrook on Plenty of Fish. Yeah,
that's bar talk. They ain't nothing. I mean, they gonna recognize when they go to my website, but bottom line,
find us.
Jay there.
Yeah, find us. I'm Craftmatic, this smooth Jay. This is our guest AP, and but I tell you what, this show goes in. So I gotta do a real quick quote before we go any further.
Jamming there, player.
There go that energy again, man. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe our audience is reaching into the screen. It never does that, bro, until I get sitting in this
every
seat.
time AP sitting next to you.
Well, now I don't doubt
I'm just
that.
trying to
I received that, okay?
Well, you
So
received.
listen, here's our quote for the day, okay? Barbara, who is not here today, who always does a fabulous job for us, she has put together this quote for the day, and it is, it's dynamic. Let's just check it out.
What we got?
We are special and extraordinary. We are not average. We have been custom made, and we are one of a kind. Of all the things God created, what He is most proud of is us. We are His masterpiece, His most prized possession. And we will keep our heads held high, knowing that we are children of the Most Held High, and that God has made us in His very own image.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. I love that.
Woo.
You know what this made me remember?
What's that?
Our men's meeting, Liberty.
Liberty.
You got to free your mind to achieve what this quote is saying. You cannot look at liberty for what somebody's telling you. You got to free your mind to achieve what's not being told you.
Right.
It's spiritually led.
Man.
And I mean, that go back to that soulness of realizing some lies been told and you don't have to repeat.
Yeah.
We got to grow and not digress.
Yeah.
And I like to say everybody want to tell us something other than what they need us to know. Take the time to Google and research, or you will fall victim to. The energy,
man. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Listen,
don't fall victim.
What I really, just this afternoon, I was talking with a good friend of mine, and I was just trying to share some spiritual inspiration. And what this quote reminds me of is that as we go through life, let's say we're 30, 40, 50 years old, if we look at ourselves, we really can't see perfection and wholeness and pureness in ourselves, because all we've been through and what we did and what we didn't do. But when you see through the eyes of God, when you get to know Christ and you're able to see how Christ sees you as special and extraordinary, and that you're not average, you're custom made, right? That you're one of a kind. Of all the things in the world that He's proud of, it's you. You are His masterpiece, His most prized possession. See, when you see through the eyes of God, when you see through the eyes of Christ, you elevate. You elevate in your consciousness. You can't see the truth unless you see it through divinity. And so that's what I really like about this quote, because God made us in His very own likeness and image. And we lose sight of that because we only attempt to see through worldly eyes. And worldly eyes can't see the whole light.
And what I tell you all day long, I'm proud of each and every one of you, and that's why y'all are part of my team, is because Y'all are delightful, enlightening, and I like to say a child of God that makes a change.
Yeah.
It's not about you have to be ordained. It's just I'm not willing to be enchained.
Right.
It's not about slavery no longer.
Right.
It's about freeing your mind and making freedom happen with free thought of being somewhere else and helping somebody see that they in chain.
There you go.
And
There you
that's
go.
in the brain. And that's what I love about what y'all do is we're bringing you enlightful things that you might not really grasp up front. But we want to unchain you so you can understand where chains are control mechanisms. It can be from the government, it can be from your friends, it can be from your social environment.
It gotta be from you.
But I want you to go back to you to
Right.
unchain.
Right.
Because that was never meant. He ain't never asked you to be chained to no one. He told you to not to idolize anyone.
Right.
So that means go back to yourself and recognize you are that strong guy that need to be recognized, not what's being recognized through your ear. People will tell you all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
Can you live up to
Absolutely.
what he has for you?
Absolutely.
Can't say, but I want you to live up to.
There you go. And thank you so much, Barbara, for that quote. Just to be reminded that I'm a part of God's a masterpiece. You know that I'm part of His prized possession. That just warms my heart. You know, that really comforts my spirit to hear that. She also put together a quick segment, and I'll just do 1 or 2 minutes on it because I think it is important as I think about it. She asked the question, why should you have the Lord in your heart? Why should you have the Lord in your heart? And I'm going to talk about it kind of from 40,000 feet because when I think about the Lord and Jesus Christ and divinity and the Bible, let me put that in there, it's the only thing I have discovered in this life, in the last 50 years, the only thing that I've discovered that seems to understand what I'm going through. It's the only thing that seems to give me an opportunity to go from dark to light, from dirty to clean, and from sad past to a new horizon. It's the only thing that's given me an opportunity to change my mind and know that I'm already whole and complete. And so when you have the Lord in your heart, you no longer operate by worldly things. You no longer operate out of circumstances and opinions of others. The world can't upset you when you have the Lord in your heart, right? You make much less mistakes when you have the Lord in your heart because He always guides your path. He always guides your feet. Most importantly, I think that you can't live your greatest life until you know where your power comes from. And if you're calling on power that is false, if you're calling on power that is not responding, then you need to find the real power. You need to find the power that will answer your prayers, the power that will come to your rescue, the power that will put a bridge over troubled waters. You need to find that power, and I have always found that power in the Lord. That's why I keep Him in my heart. I'm thinking that's why He keeps me in His heart.
I liked it. And for ones that might not understand that completely, I would like to say, I don't feel it. But I'm going to tell you this, for the ones that might be a little different, it's like this. You can pray. Are you willing to work? He can answer all your questions and He can deliver you from all your problems. Are you willing to put in the work that He has for you?
And listen, that work is not physical, Jay.
Right, and I'm about to say,
yeah,
but it's also within you.
There it is.
And you got to recognize what He has for you compared to what you're doing for others.
Right.
Because you're doing this, you're doing that, but you don't even understand yourself.
Yeah.
Well, they understand that they don't understand you either. So people will use you all day long because you're confused. Don't be a fool. Because I promise you, anybody want to use me can't. Once I understand my deliverance and what I'm for,
right,
that takes time. And my whole thing is get around the right people because they will not lead you astray.
There you go.
But you got to have some people to pull you the wrong way to realize you got to go through some things.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't asking you to go through all hells. I'm asking you to learn from mistakes. These mistakes need to be recognized and let's make change.
Yeah.
Because again, we are the most powerful things on this planet.
Absolutely. Giving
Let's show them not what I hear. TV showed me the opposite. But I want to show the world something different.
There you go. There you go. Okay, folks, it's time to get
The topic?
the topic of the night on the
Gotta
table,
tell me.
and we're gonna take our first break. You can already
You
see.
gotta tell them the topic first.
You already see how the spirit of this show comes
Very
together,
good,
right?
but that topic gonna be ugly.
Trying to enlighten folks and trying to bring folks to the next level. Let's talk about dating. Here is the question for tonight.
Who's hot up here?
What are your feelings on dating multiple people?
How many is multiple?
And the question is
What you mean?
if sex was involved, would the relationship status be considered something different? What would you do?
Y'all gotta stay tuned.
Let me state that one again. What are your feelings on dating multiple people? And if sex was involved, would your relationship status be considered something different? That's the point that we're trying to make here. Does sex change the status of a relationship in dating? Especially dating multiple people? I cannot wait to hear some of these answers tonight.
Yeah,
So,
with baby.
yeah.
I see you over there just chomping at the yeah, girl.
So
I'm throwing you under the bus tonight.
I got some smooth grooves lined up for you. We got AP in the house. We still got Jeffrey coming, Jamal coming, and we're gonna do it so big tonight. Y'all stay with us.
And Jay gonna blow your mind.
Jay gonna blow your mind. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Roll off. That is right. So if you got a commercial need, residential need, please go to my website. That is right. My man Floyd, which is the owner. I am a co-owner. That is correct.
Yes.
Ain't no need of tripping, changing the game. We are out to serve you in a way that I've been doing this for 27 years. I want to do something to the public that y'all need. Customer service at its fullest.
Yeah.
Small company trying to show you that we still care.
Yes.
Go to my website.
I like that, Jay. I
That's
like
what
that.
we do. Now, we got somebody that look like you that might not be you that's gonna get your girl some cornball. Pay attention. Jamal, what can I do with you today? What's up?
Man, I'm cool, man. Just another day. Another dollar, another hustle.
Okay,
Come on,
cool. How was your day though? Was you had a bad day, good day? We trying to find out today.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm running on 36 hours straight, y'all.
Ooh.
Non-stop working.
My goodness. My goodness. Well, listen,
Hey, man. Talk manhood.
I'm interested to
They
see
need it.
what the 36th hour might bring. What you
I
got
don't
for
know.
us tonight,
I hope
bro?
you don't fall asleep during the show.
Let me tell you, I'm finna enjoy this day off. Cause, you know, as much as I talk about cornballs, I gotta shout out to the real man. Cause tomorrow is daddy-daughter day. Now, when I actually do wake up out the coma that I'm about to be in tonight,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when I do get my daughter, it's daddy-daughter time, man.
That's
Me
beautiful.
and baby girl gonna turn up.
That's beautiful. And what does turn up mean, man? What y'all gonna do? What you got in mind?
Chuck E. Cheese,
Right.
water park.
Right?
We finna go rip and run through Walmart and let her pick out whatever she wants. And then we gonna follow it up with a marathon of Paw Patrol.
Oh,
Daddy-daughter day.
There you go.
that's beautiful, man. That's awesome. And I'm glad you reminded me, man, because I don't think I wasn't aware of that. But I need to participate, and I will do so as a result of this dialogue. Have you heard the topic for tonight, my friend?
Now, what's the topic?
All right. What are your feelings on dating multiple people? And if sex is involved, does your relationship status change in some way?
No, and no.
Okay.
First off, I'm a grown man. I'm a consenting adult. I'm old enough to smoke, old enough to drink, old enough to vote. I'm old enough to put my stuff wherever I want to without repercussions. However,
Mhm.
if I'm in a relationship and I get caught, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done it. However, if I'm a single man, I can do what I please.
Right.
And as long as Law and Order SVU, Vincent and Taylor ain't showing up, I think it shouldn't be no problem. But I don't believe I owe anybody an explanation as to who or what I'm doing unless we paying each other phone bills or we done changed relationship statuses and ain't nobody sent me the memo.
Right. And I think that's going to be the consensus for this show, is, that idea that, hey, I'm grown, I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. Now, the question becomes, if we know what you're doing, so are you okay with her doing it too? Any one of those other multiples, they might be doing the same thing.
That ain't my business, that
Okay.
ain't my problem. That's the responsibility to the dude, whoever you supposedly tied down. But that ain't my problem or concern.
Right.
Like, truth be told, if I talk to you, hey, sweetheart, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we linking up, I'm on the way, blah, blah, blah. I'm not asking about your significant other.
Right.
For what?
Right.
That don't bother me.
Right.
Now, it's only a problem when you call my name when you sleep with him. That's when it's a problem. As long as don't nobody get caught, we good. So, what's the issue? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well,
Wrong name is bad.
what do you?
I'm just saying the wrong name is bad. That's bad.
What do you get? What do you aspire to out of dating multiple people? I mean, what's that really all about? Is that just moments of
same reason I like
selfishness?
to go to basket rocking. Variety, and variety.
Okay. And in your
31
in your
flavors.
quest for variety, are you not seeking long-term relationship?
If I wanted to be in a long-term relationship, then that's what I would pursue. But I let females know off rip, I don't play this game with you. You are one or the other. I will never treat a female like she's both. You cannot be my friend and my friend with benefits. It's just not allowed. That's a violation of the rules.
Okay.
I cannot treat a queen like a dot, and I can't treat a dot like a queen.
Okay.
It's just against my religion. I can't treat, every woman is a female, but every female is not a woman. So don't go looking for me to do what you don't respect yourself enough to carry yourself like. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That makes
No,
perfect
I would
sense.
say it makes perfect sense, but I'm gonna say one thing, and then you know how I roll. And how I roll is real simple. You still have to respect. I don't have to treat you like a queen. I don't have to treat you, but I don't have to treat you less than.
Right.
Now, one of the things I would say is, if you're out there dating, respectfully respect. Talk to people respectfully.
For sure.
Let them know things and keep respect on the upfront, then on the backside, because that ain't your queen. I really feel like we use this queen as a status quo that we're not acting accordingly to. If I'm dating you and I'm talking to you, I respect you. And you're not less than, or make you not, you might not be my queen, but you still special to me.
Right.
I don't feel like I have to treat somebody less than. My mom never ever taught me to treat somebody bad. If I'm dealing with a person that they call themselves a thought, I don't gotta treat a thought like a thought. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I don't have to treat them terrible or bad just because they had a bad life and they gave it to me quick. Guess what? They still a person.
That's right.
That's a guy. That's a guy.
You are right.
Given child that I promise you that I realize. But my whole thing is, I'm not gonna put on a queen level, but I'm not gonna treat her less than. My whole thing is a respect level, because she gave me something that I needed at that point. And that's why I was out there, so I ain't tripping.
Nah, bro, wait.
When I say needed,
Like, she provided something at that moment.
well, that's still what I needed, boy. I said.
never needed nothing.
No, I did. I don't know what you needed. I know what I did. Don't play with me. I ain't playing with her. Yeah, I did. I needed it because I wanted it, and that's what I felt I needed. It ain't necessarily what I needed, right? But I wanted it. But the bottom line, I don't have to treat it less than. And that's where we need to make changes in what we do, because a lot of times she ain't my queen, so I can talk about her and do this, that thought shouldn't even exist. Your behind got with her. Don't play. Oh, she a thought now. But when you was all on it, oh, you act like she was a queen. Don't play. Because we understand where the game goes. But my whole thing is you don't have to treat people less than. And that's what I see happening more today. It ain't nobody want to talk about it. This bar talk. My thing is, I ain't tripping, and I ain't saying that's you. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying to you is, we have to recognize what's going on,
That's right.
and if we ain't gonna address it, ain't nothing gonna change.
Right.
Because that thought is still a person.
Right.
Okay? That thought slept with somebody that wanted to sleep with her. Okay? Bottom line, pay, don't pay. Treat it like whatever. But my thing is, watch what all we say. Because we ain't uplifting.
Hold up.
Players, and I'm with you, man. I'll take it back to the quiet storm day. However, it's just I don't go into a comedy movie expecting to cry. Does that make sense?
I cry laughing.
I don't go to Moana expecting to cry. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Right.
I don't watch Lion King and expect to feel like I did in Titanic.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go to shorty I just met 2 weeks ago, and I got it, and now all of a sudden, yo, I'm so in love, and this is where I want to be. Ain't gonna be none of that. That's just not gonna happen.
Unless she
gotta
strikes.
earn that
Yeah,
spot.
she's gonna strike
I
that
gotta
chord.
earn that.
Yeah.
Like if I don't want her, then it's not the same thing. It's just not equivalent.
Hold on. I gotta say, because I spoke. I gotta say, and I ain't cutting you off. I just want to say, I agree with you, but you don't have to disrespect. Understand?
What do you?
Just
What do you?
because
You
when I
know,
say disrespect, is she might have gave it to you the first night, right? She might not be the person that you really wanted to be, but bottom line is, I don't have to denounce her, disrespect her, and call her out her name,
and
just because she's not the person for me.
And
my
you-
whole thing is like an ex-girlfriend. If she my ex, and you say that girl's a hoe and all this, I'm not gonna speak on that. Bottom line, that was the person I chose to be with. Don't ever defame a person I was with. I was with her, regardless if she was a thought hole that you call. Respect the fact she was with me.
all right.
And that's all I'm saying. This is just like my ex-wife. I am never gonna have nobody speak on her in a negative way. And I ain't with her.
And that's why we were talking
But,
about. You know,
I'm just saying,
we don't even operate
recognize,
in
but
those
recognize
levels,
what
you know
we
I'm saying?
do. Because sometimes
listen,
we don't do right.
Here's the thing that we typically treat people how they allow us to treat them, and that's just kind of the way it works.
Right. But you don't gotta speak on it that way.
But yeah, and I'm not sure where that's coming from right now because we're talking about just dating. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about.
But we talking about multiple nastiness. We talking
Yeah,
about sex.
yeah.
About,
And
it gets ugly.
is dating multiple people nasty?
It can be, depending on who you dating. Because I dated some nasty. Oh, my bad.
So what are the negative connotations that would go
I
behind
can't say I'm
dating
committed
multiple
to you
people?
until I know you. I can't say I trust you until I fight with you. And I'm not going to tell you that because me and you talked, kissed, or we did whatever, that you're going to be the only girl that I do that with.
Right.
That's just not realistic and it's not fair.
That's true.
So don't put me in a spot where now I got to burst your bubble.
Right.
Be told I had a situation like that where a girl, I did blah, blah, blah with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I did blah, 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 now she coming back to me like, I can't believe I found out you were talking to another girl. And my response was such like a jerk, I surprised myself. Because I just looked at her and said, and? Your point?
Yeah, but listen, and this happens a lot.
Right.
This happens a lot. That you meet somebody, maybe you've known for a while, but you hook up, and oftentimes in the woman's mind, the woman is like, okay,
I'm committed.
Yeah, he not necessarily committed, but we working toward him being my man. I get to call him tomorrow. We finna go have some dates, and maybe I can introduce him to my mom. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking about we're talking about you're dating a person. You go out with them. You have a
Correct.
nice time.
Correct.
You set up this. And
Correct.
listen, this is what's going down.
We're crap. You got
Right.
a female sitting next to you.
No, but she
Yeah,
thinks like a dude. She does.
I know,
She
let something go in her. She thinks like a woman.
Nah.
So I
she
wanna
don't-
know what the
she
woman
don't
thinking.
think like a woman because she.
Oh, that's a thug.
Because I've already heard her say like, "Hey, I'm gonna get mine." You know what I'm saying?
Well, just
And-
because she wanted it. That's a woman.
But
woman point of view.
we're
AG,
gonna,
what you got to say?
I mean, I'm listening. Like, this is.
it's a crazy conversation, really.
Well, we're having
you know?
fun
It's
though.
amazing to me.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
That's right.
I guess I don't understand what the negative connotations would be.
There you go.
Come on, I
I'm
got
dating
female
multiple
on the
people.
phone. Good.
Like, I
Now we
don't-
can have some fun.
Yeah,
Please,
I
one
don't
at a
see
time.
anything wrong with that.
Right.
I don't see
Come on.
anything wrong with, just like you encourage people to travel outside of the U.S., I encourage people to travel outside your race when you date. It
Come
makes
on.
you a very well-rounded individual.
Okay.
And so dating multiple people, I mean, that just, whatever your goal is, it's gonna help you get there a lot more effectively.
Dating multiple people will.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, it certainly can open the door.
Whatever your
The
goal
reality is this.
Whatever your
Dating
goal
multiple people does have its benefits, because the truth of the matter is, you don't know what you really want until you see what you don't want.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't like Thai food unless I get some Thai
You know
food.
what? I do like this. It's just shopping. And I'm not gonna buy the first pair of J's I put on my feet. I gotta pick the right ones. I don't want the 7s. I want the 3s this month. It's just how you do things.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Any dude that's willing to hop at the first girl that opens her legs to him, that's the definition of a cornball.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if he ain't getting none, he gonna clamp on to getting some. Right?
Man, on, he ain't gonna need to get on.
Right. So, listen, I identify with everything that you're saying. I think nobody wants to be locked in, you know, maybe just because you have a good time, maybe because you talk on the phone a lot. It's important to just share the message, but, you know, all the time you can't share the message. You know, I guess you can, but it don't come up
What's the
really
message?
until she brings it up.
What's
You
the
know what I mean?
message?
The message is that, hey, I had a great time, but I'm going out with somebody else tomorrow.
I mean, I really feel like,
and
why
you
would
really,
you say
you
that?
cheapen that individual by doing that. And if you don't feel a sense of cheapening that person, then you're not really feeling anything. But
Okay, so what do you mean? So, say that
well,
again.
listen, in the men's world,
Uh-huh.
a man, we have a great time. We go out, we have a chill, we end up in the sack.
Mm-hmm.
Have a great night. Maybe we talk on the phone for 2 or 3, 4 days, get to know each other,
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about relationships. We just talk. We're just having a great conversation. And no need for me to tell you about my business. No need for me to tell you that I just got off somebody, last night or this morning.
I don't want to hear that.
We don't even need to talk
That
about
don't
that
encourage
because
it.
we're not there, right? But then the woman will start to ask those kind of questions. That's what's happening. That's what Jamal was talking about, and that's what Jay is talking about. Those questions be coming at us like, well, damn, I thought we was, but you mess with somebody else, and they play like they didn't know. We never had a conversation, but we get the heat from that crap all the time. That's that, you know what I mean? That,
Casual sex. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
All right,
heated,
listen.
it was passion, and I mean, we almost broke the
And see,
bed.
here's the thing. I
What's
think
Ball,
that
let me
certain-
hold on,
I
Jamal.
think at
Hold on,
times,
Jamal.
I think at times. So this is so funny that you should say this
Yes.
because okay.
Okay.
So I think that it is always good to be very upfront.
There you go.
okay.
So do you agree with that statement?
Always.
Okay.
So let's rewind 2 shows ago.
Let's go.
When you drug this chick through the mud because when y'all went out,
Oh yeah.
she asked you a question. She was like, "So what you out here doing? What's your goal?"
Okay.
She
And she
was
put on
very
her front.
upfront. She was very upfront.
She was.
So, but now 2 shows later, you want somebody to be upfront with you.
I do. My whole thing is this.
Wait.
Do you see the psychosis in that?
No, the psychosis. You gotta
You
remember
know what?
what a person bring me to, and what I said, because you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I told her on the upfront what I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
And if you
Oh, did you?
remember, I said I never
Okay.
wanted a monogamous relationship.
Okay, see.
I always stated,
Okay, gotcha,
I
gotcha,
stated
okay.
that, but she stated what she wanted.
She didn't hear
Okay.
it. She didn't hear it.
She might not have. But my whole thing is,
Okay.
I can state my facts.
Right.
Because one thing I know is what I state. And Jamal knows me very well. Do I not always state, and I always tell you what I do, right?
You
When-
keep
when-
that all the way under with the front.
I keep it on the
Yeah, you want
upfront.
her.
What
You want
I
her.
don't want, but I
But-
will not defame, and I will never dismiss what an intent might be.
Right.
But my whole thing is being upfront.
Right.
So when they take me down a lane, something different,
Mm-hmm.
I go down that lane. Because bottom line is, I'll never say I'm not totally opposed to. I've been married.
Right.
I understand that I might, but I know I have a vision. I want to go to a certain direction. But my whole thing is I don't like to be led astray because somebody else's ambition.
Got you. For
Theirs
sure.
might not be mine.
For
But
sure.
the one thing I love is I like the person that has their own.
Right.
So if they got their own ambition and theirs is strong,
Right.
we might still be able to rock and work together.
Right.
But we might not be able to always achieve our goals. We both got to be strong and understand if we can't, we got to go our own ways.
Right.
But we have an understanding on the upfront.
And the goal is that I want you, and
You
I
want me?
somebody else too.
But the bottom line is not just I want somebody. Can we have a better understanding of where we at? Because I stop anything I'm doing.
I mean,
Okay,
listen, she
so
wants
here's the
you.
thing.
hold on. Before we go there, Jamal got to say, because we got to go to commercial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jamal,
Yeah.
what you got last point?
Oh, yeah.
We gonna have fun
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm
AP
over
open
time.
now. What you got, Jamal?
Before I address the cornballs, let's address you. Now, I do know that you keep it a bean with them females up front and tell them, hey, this ain't no relationship type joint. But you remember last week when I made that joke, they got 36, 21 hours to be there, and then they got to go? This is the reason why, because the minute we treat a female a little bit too nice, like you give her just an extra cup of juice or something, or you wake up and get her some water. Now all of a sudden, oh, I want to lay here and cuddle. I need you to pack yourself up and walk out that door. I can't treat you like a wifey because now you mistake your
No,
role.
that's real.
And when you mistake your role,
That's what you
you don't
need to
know
do.
your place and how you talk.
Yeah, that's how you establish
And the
boundaries.
minute you lose the communication aspect, now I have no reason to talk to you. The only time I call you is when it's time for me to be on the way. That's that aspect right there. Next, we got to address cornballs.
Yeah.
Cornballs. The problem is you too thirsty. You like a dude in the desert looking for a cold cup of water. And girls love that. They love to abuse dudes like you. And guys like me, we love to laugh at guys like you. That's just a fact.
That's
The
a fact.
minute that a woman knows she can run over you, you paying her bills, you paying everything else, and you gonna do what she say to do, when she say to do it. Until you know how to put a little bit of foot down, put a little bit of act right, you're not a man to her. You're her side piece, and your stuff is in her purse. So you gotta learn how to say, you know what, okay, real talk. Most guys do this and they make this mistake. When your girl hits you up and say, baby, come over, you like, baby, I'm on the way, I'm coming right now. But let her not be in the mood and you say, baby, come over. That's just what it is. No. If you don't learn to put your foot down and say, you know what, babe, I ain't in the mood right now, I get at you another time. She gonna always feel like she can hit you up whenever, because you thirsty. And we don't have respect for thirsty people. If I come in your house, I'm supposed to say no when you offer me a drink until I done got comfortable. I can't come in your house asking for stuff just off the bat. That's like me asking a woman for money after my first 30 minutes of meeting her. You just don't do it.
Right. You might,
That's
not ask,
cornballs.
you might not ask for money, but you might ask for a few things.
I mean, it ain't really money, but you can lay it down.
What you say?
Do something strange.
For a piece of change. God
Hey, listen,
nasty.
folks, listen, we gotta take another break.
From the windows to the walls, to the sweat drop down. You understand? We gonna do some things.
All the way to the draws.
But it's just, I mean, hey, B, hey, you in the building?
Yes, she is.
I'm here.
All right, hey, B, let's keep it a bit.
Listen, we gotta go to
You know
break.
the difference- Hey, B, you know the difference between Payless shoes and Red Potter. A pair of Burlington outfits versus some St. Vanessa or St. John outfit. It's a different type of walk. When a dude approaches you like, hey, you know, you look really nice, and I just wanted to, excuse me, Toya, I wanted to talk to you for a minute. I saw you from across the room. It's a different way we talk when you got that swag, when you got that juice about yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't got none, it's kind of like,
Absolutely.
like you doing him a favor.
No, I will say, I got you, Jamal. And when I say that is, that swag is strong. When you see a person that got that nice look, and then that person that want to have that persona, like they want that look, and you know it's all knockoff.
You
And
gotta
it's
get that
like,
same,
yeah.
that same energy, right?
And it's like, yeah, I can't even approach you like that. You ain't looking the same. So I'm gonna say, Jamal, appreciate you, my brother.
Yo.
And we're gonna bring this back again next week. Cause Jamal, the person that look like him that's not him, is just telling you he'll take your girl.
Yeah.
So cornballs, wake up and understand. He's trying to teach you, not preach you. What he wants to do is give you a better life. I want to tell you, I don't care about a better life. I just want you to understand, do better, look better, and don't keep doing what you're doing.
All right, we'll be right back.
Showing everybody how you can love. That's right, that's my boy. Woo! We talking about multiple dating. He's saying how he can love you like he can. We talking about dating. I think it's a little bit of confusion in this, but before I go into what I think, because me and AP got this second half crap, you go ahead and leave.
Listen, I just
You
want
need to step out the building.
I know, I
It ain't
got,
gonna be about spiritualists up in here.
I got
It's
my
gonna be
note-taking
some
pen.
unhealing. It's gonna be some serious. We're gonna move some furniture. We're gonna move some furniture up in here. But before we start that, I need to know, Jeffrey, how was your day?
Brother Jay, what is going on?
That's what I'm talking about. That's my man Jeffrey in the building.
That sound like a good
So all
day.
y'all that didn't understand, we got Jeffrey in the building again. If it don't apply, just understand. He gonna make you understand something tonight. But before they understand anything, Jeffrey, how was your day at work?
Man, I tell you what, now Brother Crap, I need you to understand, I'm riding with you.
Okay.
But today they tried to get every penny they could get out of me today. They tried to put me to work from the minute I stepped in to the minute I left. But guess what?
Uh-oh.
You know what that means, and you know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view. Now, listen, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why you might be single. But before we get to that, here is my disclaimer. Now, see, one thing to talk about my not side of you, and that's how you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them because you're going to learn something tonight. Now, ladies, you are first.
All right.
Ladies, you might be single because your ass don't know the difference between dating and being in a relationship. I mean, ladies, let me understand. I'll break it down for you. Just because we meet at Starbucks for coffee, don't mean I'm about to pay a damn light bill. It don't mean I'm going to get something extra for your kids. It don't mean I'm going to sponsor you and get you a Cash App $40 blessing. That's not what dating is about.
Right.
Dating is about me learning who you are, you learning who I am, and trying to see if we're comparable.
Right.
If I think you're wonderful, I'll pay for that. But don't think you're getting the ancillary benefits of hanging out with me. Those benefits would include sponsorship. If you're sponsoring, well, if I'm sponsoring you, you best believe you're providing the goods. That cookie is servable. I can eat the cookie with milk, or I can drink it with water if I decide to. But I need you to understand, that is for the relationship phase, and not the dating stage. State of failure to understand that we just dating and I don't even know you like that. Well, leave your ass asking me prematurely to sponsor you, and me saying no, and leaving your ass single.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And listen to Jeffrey, I don't know if you know, but tonight's topic is what are your feelings on dating multiple people? And if sex is involved, does that change the status of the relationship? So you hit the nail on the head. Ladies just don't understand the difference between dating versus a relationship. And I don't know what else we can put on that. Anything to add?
No, I'm in complete agreement with
But
that.
I'm just saying, if it don't fit, quit. This is that OJ type stuff right here.
Yeah, man, we can't do no good with that one, man. We think it's right on the money, Brother Jeffrey. What you got for us?
Okay, now, fellas, don't think him letting you off the hook. Fellas, you are next. Brothers, you ain't got no damn clue what it means to really court a woman. I need you to feel me on this one. Now, we passed the dating stage. Courtship is when you actually start to show that woman what you have to offer. Why she should get all these other applicants off the application roster and only deal with your ass.
That's when you have to show up and show out. You have to show her what you got emotionally, what you got financially, what you got spiritually, and let her know this is what I bring to the table. And I'm courting you so that you will bring what you got on the table over here. We can make one big ass bountiful table. Nah, fellas, this is what you're doing. You try to put all the good stuff in the dating phase. And when it's time to show some courtship, you ain't got nothing else. You done spend all your relationship capital just trying to get it to go out with you twice. I need you to understand. You save the best that you have for the relationship.
Yes.
You don't sacrifice that in the dating stage. You show a good amount of it in the courting stage. But in the relationship, you give it all you got, and what you will receive is a woman that will fertilize your dreams, a woman that will fertilize the insemination that you put inside of her and bring forth children that will bless you and be bountiful. I need you to understand, fellas. Don't go in a relationship with a dating mentality. Don't try to court with a dating mentality. You gotta step your damn game up. When you step your damn game up, guess what? That woman will bless you bountifully. Failure to do that will leave you dating and constantly sick.
Now,
Yeah,
I'm gonna jump into
love
that one real quick, cause he done put some Timbs on me. All right, and I'm gonna jump out and say, I love what he just said, because a lot of times we don't recognize what we do. We really don't.
We don't.
We say and we state, but we ain't in the right mind frame.
Yeah.
So what he said is, hold yourself more accountable. And we don't always. And then from Jamal, what he said to Jeffrey, I always want to hold myself more accountable.
Right.
Because I have a vision, don't mean I need to hurt or defame anyone on my mission.
Right.
So I might not say I want to be in a monogamous relationship, but I care for people and I love folks.
Yeah.
And I want people to love me, and I really feel like by me saying certain things, I'm cheating myself from what I really want. But I know what I'm focused on.
Yeah.
But I need somebody to help me.
Yeah.
So I like to say I have some weakness that I need a strong person to understand my weakness to give me that strength to make me recognize what I really need to complete me.
Yeah.
Now, that's what he has for me. But I would say I might not be blessed to understand all of it. Because dating and dealing with people, I might not always recognize what he really has for me.
Yeah.
Because I've just realized what I am to do.
Yeah.
So
And
you
know-
can get confused, but the bottom line is I can admit.
Yeah.
By
That's it.
admitting, I can make change, and we can get better, and that's what the show's all about.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
me, though. I'm not saying anybody else.
I
That's
like
why
the
say
way
it.
I like the way Jeffrey dissected the programs: dating, courting, and relationship.
Right, it's different.
And and you got to save up a little bit, so when you get to the next phase, you can put something real on or something next level real on that's awesome. Listen, a lot of guys are losing out because they don't know what it means to court a woman, and a lot of women maybe someone's attempting to court them, but they don't know what courtship is about. Right? And when you go into courtship, you're making decisions that you like this person, you want to be with this person, and you potentially want to have a monogamous relationship with this person, and maybe a long-term committed marriage.
Without that conversation, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, without the conversation, definitely ain't gonna happen. So I love.
So as men, are you all proactive in having that conversation?
No.
Yes,
no.
I would tell you.
Nah.
To a point,
So,
yes,
Jay-
I'm
so,
proactive and not
So
doing
Jay,
let-
your
we got-
peers, the majority of your peers?
the majority of my peers. I said nope. I don't. I have the conversation.
Hey, listen, we
I don't want.
I want to-
That's why I said I am really upfront
Yes.
in saying it. But guess what? My actions by dating and talking to people has been other.
Yeah. Let's,
Because you gotta remember where you at. If you really want something, I can state one thing, but they can tell you your actions is another.
For sure.
That is a problem.
For sure.
We're not
So
forthright.
you gotta,
Right. No. For sure.
So yeah, brother
So,
Jeffrey,
to me-
we hear you, man.
right. Well, we're gonna let Jeff.
Yeah, we hear you, man.
Look, we got the second half. Me and you.
Keep it coming, my friend. Keep
Me
it
and
coming.
you. We got the second half.
No,
Jeffrey,
I feel like-
go ahead, wrap us
Yes,
up
sir.
together, baby. Because me and AP, we got the second half, baby. Without you.
Okay, good deal, man. Check it out. Listen, where there is scarcity, there is always conflict.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting outside right now. I'm at a networking event, and I see this piece of food that's just swelled with ants right now. I want everybody to understand. One ant found that, and then that one ant went back to the mound and told everybody about this good food that's out here. We need to go get this good food.
Right.
And that's our standpoint. Right now, there's scarcity in our community. Scarcity of masculine energy, scarcity of masculine love, scarcity of masculine affection. So what we have to be just like that one ant that's out there scavenging, looking for a resource to bring back that love to the community and get rid of that scarcity. I need you to feel me.
Yeah.
Wherever there is scarcity, there is conflict. Look at all of our condemned and blighted neighborhoods. There's scarcity. There's food scarcity. There's emotional scarcity. And all these scarcity, that's by design to make us fight each other. So I will give you this, and I want you to put it in your head. Fellas, when we become the seekers, when we become the hunters, when we become those who go out and gather and bring back, we provide the solution to scarcity. And once scarcity is gone, abundance can grow and blossom.
Yes.
That's what's missing. So fellas, we got to start hunting again. We got to start foraging again. We got to get out there and bring those necessary emotional masculine energies back to our community. Once we do that, we rebuild our household. We rebuild our households. Our children are more tactful, and they are stronger individuals. And when they're stronger individuals, they grow up happier and healthier. That's what we have to do, and that's all I got.
And
All you got? Lord.
And what I heard in that, there's a scarcity of masculinity
Yes, there is.
in the world and in community.
Yes, there is.
That is a call to action to stand up. That is a call to action to start seeking, to start hunting. And I love the way you put it, Jeffrey, because you're really pressing on people just through commentary, and I feel it. You know, I can also see that scarcity of masculinity, and AP sees the scarcity of masculinity. Where do you see it at? How do you experience that in the world?
So I work in IT, so I work in majority male-dominated field, and when I constantly come in contact with men who don't know or are not mature enough to have an argument, are not
They don't stand up for themselves?
either they don't
Or articulate.
right, either they don't stand up for themselves, they're not articulate. They don't know how to, when they are challenged,
Right.
How to act.
how to act.
How to
Like,
push back.
who are you to question me?
Right.
Like,
Right.
and it's like, fool, you wrong. Like, you know, it's like you wrong. You know,
Right.
you know,
Sit back
it's,
and listen.
it's a, just sit back and listen. And so it's like an automatic defensiveness. It's an automatic.
Male chauvinist.
It's a male chauvinist,
Oh,
attitude that you get. And so it's like, here we go. You know, I got
right here.
you know what I'm saying? And so it's there's just like this automatic defensive put off, you know, attitude that just it clouds being able to get shit done, no matter what it is, whether it's business, whether it's personal relationship, whether it's, you know, it's like dudes say, I want to date a, okay, so like if they're an entrepreneur, I want to date an entrepreneur, I want to date a boss too. I want a boss, I want to date a boss. Okay, well, bosses have boss conversations. So when your girl and this boss you dating has a problem with you, it's not going to be, well, babe, you know, I noticed the other day that, you know, that you said some things to me that I really didn't appreciate. She's going to come to you like, you need to take some of that bass out your voice, dude. Who you talking to? And when I say that, because if I was a dude saying that to you, it wouldn't be rah, rah, rah. It would be, okay, you know what? Let me check my tone real quick.
Right.
Because, I mean, physically, you bigger than me. So when I hear your tone getting a certain way, let's go ahead and bring this down. Let's de-escalate this right now.
Because ain't gonna be no touching.
Right.
So the masculinity is less sensitivity. The masculinity is stand up for yourself more.
In a mature way, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not get, if we're talking about boardroom, right? And it's not, okay, hey, there's a problem, you caused it, everybody know it, let's go ahead and address the issue. Let's pull together as a team and address the issue. It's not everybody having to walk on eggshells around you for 2 weeks because you got your feelings hurt because you made a mistake, dude. It's being an adult. Take the L, LeBron. You lost, okay? You made a mistake. And let's move on. Why do we have to take, 2, 3, 4 weeks for you to lick your wounds? It's like, it's not, and it wasn't even that big of a deal.
I like that.
It's like you pouting about it is bringing more attention to it than it really needs to be.
Yeah, I think there is a great deal of oversensitivity in the world, and it hinders our ability to get things done.
Yeah.
We could ask Jeffrey. Jeffrey, you got the closing?
I think we lost him. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we went long, but we're gonna go ahead and go to break real quick. Me and AP, we got the second half.
I can't wait.
I mean, it's not about what you do.
Right.
It's about where we're going. Alright? It's a ship that's about to run ashore.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
All right,
folks.
I'm about to show y'all why Christopher Columbus never found America. I want y'all to get some history because we founded this a long time ago. He followed us.
Right.
But we gonna bring us back to the forefront. Because if we don't make change to what goes on and what's being taught, we're gonna be taught a lie. Fairies and everything else. We need to get back to reality.
Okay.
Reality is we the strongest being that is the most not understood on the planet. My whole thing is let's get back to understanding because when we love each other, what Jeffrey said, and come back the way we need to, it's not over. It's beginning in a way that we will always love each other the way I want to love one another. And this other foolishness.
Here we go. And it is time for our next break.
Alright, we back with Bar Talk with Jay. And
We are back.
y'all Facebook fans, y'all done heard the little intermission. Y'all done heard everything. Even through the boot up. That nigga on Craftmatic, boy, he be doing his thing.
Listen, I want to get to the portion that we were just talking about on the break, okay? And so I want you to share the example that you shared.
Right.
And folks, again, we're talking tonight about what are your feelings on dating multiple people, and if sex gets involved, does that change the status of your relationship? What do you do? How do you?
So hold on. Why you gonna go there first? You didn't say it the
because
first
I want her
time.
to
You said me first.
I want her to say what she just said about that example with a guy.
Because we were talking about how to draw those boundaries and keep people aware of how to have a conversation without having a conversation, right? So, and doing it in a way that really is not going to hurt a person's feelings, or it's not that confrontational. So. The dude texted me and was like, yo, so we're making plans to get for the weekend, right? And so he's like, yeah, okay, well, I want to take you out Saturday, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's what's up. Let's go out Saturday. So we make those plans. And so then, maybe 10 minutes goes by after we text. And so he texts me back and he goes, yo, would I be being greedy if I wanted to see you Friday night too? I text back immediately and I was like, absolutely.
Okay.
Like,
okay. And so in your world, you felt like, okay, let me just check him before he comes in too much. But perhaps in his world, he might have been like, I'm kind of feeling this chick. I really like to spend a couple nights with her, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We ain't committed to nothing. I just, one night we go to a movie, one night we go dancing, one night we do Netflix or whatever, you know what I mean? So you felt like you had to cut him off. You felt like he might be overbearing.
No, what I need to do is to help you understand that I had a life before you came into mine, and it's going to continue whether you're here or not.
Right. And so your answer is just fine, but the answer that would have meant me was, no, you wouldn't be greedy. I'm very grateful, but I'm already committed. nah, I can't do that. But you like, nah, I agreed for trying to get, see.
I was like, yeah, absolutely.
That would have been like, you know what I'm saying? That would have been like slapping the face, and I'm just trying to go out with you.
You're just reading tone in a text. You read tone in one word.
I'm listening. I'm not thinking about the text. I'm listening to you right now.
I'm like, wasn't in that text.
I said absolutely. Like,
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Right. That's sarcasm. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't sarcasm.
That's sarcasm.
It's real. It's keeping it 100. That's the ironic
Hold
part.
on.
You think
What's
it's
that
sarcasm.
emoji? When you got that
100.
face with the
You know what I'm
hand
saying?
on.
You don't have a relationship always 100. That ain't how relationships work, ever. And if you think that is, then what you're doing is you controlling the relationship.
Because I'm keeping it 100.
No, I ain't. I'm talking about. Listen. If the guy is interested in you, then you want to be appeased by the fact that he wants to spend time with you.
Why?
Or do you want to smack him upside?
That was an assumption that you made.
Okay.
That was the assumption that you
Okay.
made.
But listen, are you appeased by the fact that he wants to take you out Saturday night?
That's cool, dude. That's cool. That's fine. Like, but don't be presumptuous and think that I'm just sitting at home waiting for you to call me to take me out. Like, and it may, and don't automatic, and here's the mistake that dudes automatically make is that if I'm not going out with you, I'm going out with another dude. I have a set night where I go out and drink with my girls. We smoke cigars, we pull up, and we just chill out.
Yeah.
That's girls' night.
Yeah.
That's a protected night. Like,
Right.
don't nothing else happen.
Right.
So, but 9 times out of 10, dudes get on your egos, and you automatically assume because I don't want to go out with you that I'm going out with another dude. I could be going out with my parents. Me and my parents roll tight. I could be going out with my dad. I could be going out with, but you automatically, and it comes across in the top, like you automatically get sensitive and
That
then
ain't me.
balls
Right.
go up.
That ain't us. That's okay. Those some other people.
But bottom line,
it happens, and I get
yeah.
it. I get it. Yeah, it does
So
happen.
what's the question? My turn.
But it's okay.
My turn.
Okay. Turn to here go Jay's opportunity to share. How many? So you're dating multiple people. When you say multiple, what does that number have looked like before in your past?
For me, it's about 8.
8. You dated.
8 people.
You dated 8 people.
8 people.
And that sounds like a lot of work. You know what I mean?
Not really.
Okay.
Let's see, when it comes to work, you gotta understand what work is. I put in work 24/7.
Okay.
People scared to go to work.
Right.
I ain't never been scared.
Okay.
One of the things about dating and I like to say having sex, they are all totally different.
And so you were having sex?
So no, my number one thing is dating is not always sexual.
Right.
Right.
I was
It's
getting
not.
to know.
It's not.
I
That's
dated multiple people way higher than 8.
Right.
Because the bottom line is I have something in me and I'm trying to get out. And my whole thing is dating allows me to understand people. People automatically and translate dating into courting.
Right.
Why would you translate what I didn't ask? I want to find out more
Right.
about you.
Right.
My whole understanding about understanding you is to see if we are compatible.
Right. And
So I can date 20 people with no problem because I treat all 20 differently.
I believe that too.
As when I say
I
differently,
believe that too.
I want to talk to you from you
Right.
because I've been blessed with the knowledge of knowing I don't treat you like anybody I've ever been with.
Right.
I don't compare. I don't even talk about no one else.
And
I want to know about you and where your visions and your views.
you have gotten to know them. Maybe you've had sexual relations with them, and they start to ask some questions, and they start to want to be the main lady or get more time than you do. And how do you deal with that?
Well, I depend on this. Well, I really look at this on every individual's point of view. Mine is when I look at somebody and they ask me certain questions. I'm just like AP. I can go hard in the paint when I really don't feel like you that way. Oh well, I thought we could spend time this weekend together. If I ain't feeling you, ain't no way in hell we spend time
together. Right. Right.
Listen, hold on. First of all,
Yeah.
I don't understand why you thought you can just intrude on my time. First of all,
Yeah.
you are trying to take from me. Listen, I ain't trying to play that game.
I know.
I know what people don't realize is they're gonna try you.
I know the
all
story.
the time.
I know your story.
Right.
Right.
So my whole thing is,
what,
don't punk me.
what they're doing
Don't
is
Toby me, man.
they're vying for time. They're vying for your
I don't
attention,
care about
right?
trying for time. My whole thing is this: if I give you time,
Right.
because you're important to me.
Right.
My whole thing is anybody that's important to me, I'm gonna call you.
So if you
I'm gonna make time for you.
Right.
Do not ever force yourself on me.
right,
I am real simple.
Right.
I might forget to
that's a
text
deal
you.
breaker, right?
I'm just that person that might forget to text you because I got so much going on.
Right.
I love it when somebody say, well, I just want to know, are you okay?
Yeah. I know
Do
you
not
feel
text me, you forgot me.
Right.
Let me tell you about forgot. Now, let me tell you the difference. If you text me, I didn't see anything from you, okay? I promise you, I feel good.
Right.
Because I normally do things, I wake up in a certain way. You know this.
Yeah.
I'll go for a spiritual quote. AP found out that it wasn't even sexual. But you see, I do a spiritual quote, and then I try to find something motivating for me.
Mm-hmm.
That starts my day.
Right.
Something to change my mindset, to change my altitude in my life. And then I try to text out to everybody. Now, something might come in between that. Where my job come in,
Absolutely.
you know, new owner, operator, and things going on. I don't finish one of my processes.
Right.
I don't trip, right? But when somebody call me and be like, you didn't do certain things that you normally do, I like that because they know me. I am a process type
You
guy.
didn't call me this morning.
So they hit me
You
up
didn't
and be like,
text
yo, you didn't text me, but I just want to make sure everything all right. I'm cool with that because I care for people.
Right.
I text them,
A lot of
I
people,
do it for a
absolutely.
reason. Everybody ain't on Facebook, everybody on Instagram, everybody on it. So I do that, and then I try to text people that I know don't do that because I want them to get the word.
Yeah.
Start your day off positive.
There you go.
That's my positive way of starting life.
Right.
Me ain't got nothing to do with you. That's me. So when somebody say, hey,
So
you forgot this, I am encouraged, right? Don't ever hit me up
don't
and be
discourage
like,
me.
what?
Yeah, don't discourage me.
Oh,
Right.
be what you what?
So-
I ain't
I ain't
expect shit
hear
today.
from you.
Now
Yeah,
at
don't
this
just
point,
hate.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh Lord.
Listen,
Like, nah, I don't want to talk to you.
Absolutely, they blew it.
I don't want to talk
In
to
that
you.
and
moment,
I
they
won't
blew
just
it,
say
right?
blew it. I'm like, well,
They blew it.
I
It makes you
know-
less want to
I
talk
know.
to them.
I'm gonna tell you about this. What I feel like is like, I would state my case. I had some things go on because I want to see how they respond. I had some things go on. Because I want to see if it's just about you
You.
and your ambitions compared to what I'm doing.
That's good
Because what
stuff.
I'm doing is bigger than what you will ever be.
Right.
So my whole thing is, I'm doing this for me, but I give it to the world. I want to see what your response is.
Right.
You know something? Had something happen. I want to know if you even care to know
No.
Right.
or ask.
Right.
And you know what they say? Oh, something happened? Oh, I just know I didn't get it. At that point, now it's over.
Right.
Now it's over because now it's just about you.
Right.
And it was never just about you.
Right.
I did this for everybody. I don't do group text.
Right.
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 Group
Right.
is non-responsive and non-caring.
Watch this.
I care for each individual as I shared.
Have you had a long-term monogamous relationship that ever come out of multiple dating? Has someone risen to the top? In, you know, say you're dating 4 or 5 people, 6 or 8 people, talking to them, seeing them, visiting them, you know what I'm saying,
Yes,
hanging out.
understand. Correct.
And anybody ever come to the top and you're like, I'm in love with
Correct.
this person, and I'm
There's
gonna go ahead and,
there's a lot of people, and I will not state any names.
right,
I would not, because it's embarrassment, and I will never do that. But what I will say is, a lot of people came to the top, but everybody ain't gonna be take that ride,
right,
okay? But what I can tell you is, I'll never did something like that, made them feel like a thought.
right,
Everybody I've been with is special.
yeah.
There's no
Me too,
one
bro.
that I spend time with that I would ever denounce.
And I think they all would
Everybody
say that.
added value to me.
Yeah.
I love everybody,
Yes,
not the same,
right,
according to what we have shared.
yes.
And it might not have went no
And I
further, but
think
what I would tell you
we
is,
all have the propensity to do that, and
we
that's
do,
what
but
this
we
multiple
always
dating
don't state it.
comes down to.
I won't defame. I don't have nothing bad to say,
That's
even
right.
though Erica came today with my son, Lil T. He's in the building, and she had an issue with him. And then to a lot of people be like, wait a minute, why are you dealing with an ex-girlfriend? Because I made a relationship with her son.
Right.
That's now my son.
Right.
And we ain't married.
Right.
Never married. She's
That's
always
good
doing
stuff.
her thing.
It's good stuff.
But I care for him because I dated her. We didn't work out. But that is my son because he's entered my life.
Right.
He entered my son's life. And when people enter your life, you don't turn your back on them. So when he had a problem, he didn't ask her to bring it. She was like, well, I'm going to take you to your daddy. Now, he has a biological daddy. But she understands I care for him. So when she brought him, I brought him to my boy Kraft. We had a conversation. You don't turn back on children because children looks for everybody to love them.
Right.
I love them. And I said, hey, let's sit down and have a conversation. Because we all gonna fall short. But don't turn your back.
Right.
And that's what normally happens when I can't get my way. Guess what? If you meet somebody, and to me, I'll never meet people's kids on the upfront.
No.
I've met people and I dealt with them for years, and that their parents and anything else. I don't believe in involving children, but when you feel like that's the person, and I will admit, with Erica, she was very close to me, and she's one of the ones that challenged me after I got divorced. She was like, once your divorce papers come through, talk to me, and that's what I did.
That's right.
So when I did, I can't denounce him or his brother ever. And then when they came in, you don't turn back even though it didn't work out. So when they come to you, you can't say because me and your mama ain't together. Wait, no. I entered this because I really seen something in her. But I didn't know me.
And I think that's a good point that
Love you,
until you get to a courtship phase,
Right.
most importantly a relationship phase, you probably shouldn't be meeting kids and mamas and parents and dads.
Because you're doing something other than. To me, it's not counterproductive.
And I think that's where lines can get blurred. I think that's where misconceptions and
And
misunderstandings
that's why
come
people
in.
knock out windows
Right.
and act crazy.
And act crazy,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, even when, and I know I've heard associates of mine be like, so, on the phone or talking to, they do, and it's like, why don't I meet your mama? I'm like, he'll introduce you to your mama when he ready to introduce you to his mama.
Right.
Like, he don't, like, you ain't that chick right now. Like, you need a bad bag. Like, you ain't never gonna get the mama. You keep stressing about it. Like, you just need to chill out.
Exactly.
That's one reason why I encourage chicks to date multiple dudes, because your attention is divided.
And it slows you down.
It slows you down.
Yeah, that's
Instead of honing in on one, you got 3, 4, however many you juggling at the time. Be like, okay, well,
But-
And listen, I
and
wanna
it
hear
helps
this.
you understand what
Well,
you
let me
like,
tell
what
you
you
from
don't
a
like,
woman's
what your
perspective.
I
deal
do.
breakers are, what you deal with, what you won't deal with. It helps you just kind of hone that in real way.
It's taboo, even in today's world, for women to date multiple people. Tell us about that. What's really going on in the world? I know the old adage and what people thought, but women have to date multiple people.
Yeah.
There's only way, you got to weigh your options. But in the old school world, probably in people 40, 50, and 60, their era, they were raised that, hey, that's just, that's you're a little out there. You're, you're talking to too many people.
You're nasty,
And I understand women may be having sex with multiple.
You gonna get worms.
Right?
Right.
Right. I mean, I guess it's a
That's a male thing.
It's a necessary.
That's a male issue. That's a male stigma. Males are the only ones that have issues with the thought of chicks having multiple sexual partners, because females don't.
Right.
I mean, that's just real. That's a male issue. Unfortunately, it bleeds into onto females, because we then assume that, a lot of us assume that and take that on and say, well, I gotta be this way, or no, I don't have to be that way. I need to present to be
I can't
a
let them
certain
know.
way.
Right.
And see,
Right.
And that's where you encourage lies, and you
There
encourage
you
people
go.
to not show you who
Now
they
see.
are
Right.
in the beginning of the relationship.
No
Last
doubt.
show, when we talked about your situation, your
Oh,
friend's
damn.
situation, where if he had just come to her and been like, yo, this is what I like to do, she would have been down for the calls from the get-go. But
And
because he didn't
she-
say nothing,
she
and
had
because
to
she
do
felt
her.
right,
Right.
and she felt like that was something that ladies don't share.
Right.
And she was curious, and she may want to participate in a threesome. That conversation never happened, and hence where are they right now?
They are apart.
There you
And she,
Happy
all
home
she'll tell
broke
you
up
is
over the lack of a
she'll tell
threesome.
you all day long, ain't get back with it. Because she feel offended.
Cause she's scared to say that she want to get a threesome, and he's scared to tell her he want a threesome. They divorced now.
They divorced because he
Over
didn't
a
get his threesome. They divorced over a threesome. And I don't know if we justifying that or that's that
No,
makes
hold on.
sense. You know what I'm saying?
The thing to me is
it's an interesting concept.
It's one of the ones where it could have worked out better for him with better communication.
With better communication, absolutely.
And that's what we try to. My whole thing is, I'm not saying threesomes with everybody.
Right.
Listen, I'm not trying to impose people to look at things in a sexual way
Right.
that's gonna be over your morals. My thing is, her morals was like, I'm really open to do things, but you didn't act this way. And then you go behind my back and do things when I was more open. I'm not saying that's everyone, and I'm not gonna say just because you feel a certain way, somebody's gonna be transponded to do what you want. So guess what? Don't play games.
Yeah.
Understand a communication can kill a lot of that, because I promise you,
Yeah.
I mentioned menage a trois and stuff, and they face turned and told me straight the hell up.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna happen, and I would kill you. When you hear certain things,
Right.
you already know they ain't playing. Don't ever bring it up again.
Yeah.
Now at this point, that situation that happened ain't the same.
Right.
Okay? And that's what people feel. Well, I heard on Jay's show, the girl is this, he did this, and it sure be nice. Don't get yourself toe up. Know your girl. Know your person.
Yeah.
Ask questions, because to me, I never asked her about, this is the craziest thing in that conversation. Never asked her about the IG2Rs or anything. I asked her about conversations about what she liked, what she want, and she was talking to me in regular dialogue. And guess what? Crap. Her true feelings came out through a great regular dialogue. I don't have to go knee deep with anybody, anything spiritual. I'm just asking you because I care for you.
Right.
As in, you going through some things, felt some hurt, pain. I'm checking what's going on, and they open up. It's not to defame or talk about, but these are things that happen. How can I touch you and he didn't? Why did I ask you questions? I never slept with you.
This is if we just look at our worlds, out of every 10 men that may be dating multiple people, I say 2 of them, and that's a large number, will actually speak up, would actually tell the world that, hey, yeah, I'm dating multiple people, that everybody else is just scurrying around. That's what's going on really in the world. People are not being.
Well, and I think that you just need to, like, as a chick, I just assume when I'm dating a dude that he's dating other chicks.
You
right?
assume that's a great.
I just go into it assuming that.
That's
like,
a great. That's a safe assumption.
Right, and I know I've communicated what I'm doing. So, again, there's ways to have conversations to let folk know what's going on without it being a big production. That whole we need to talk text, like I hate that.
Right.
Just when it comes up, just address it right there.
Yeah. As we get ready to go to our next break.
Hold on, man.
Go ahead.
What about me? Ain't no break, man. About time. Show about over with. Get over that break. Let's go back. CEO. Let's go with it. My turn. Now, when this happened to me, talk about me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The question, man. We gotta make it. The world know how I feel.
And I think you shared. I thought you said you're completely open with it. You're very honest with people about dating multiple people.
Open, but
don't say
dating multiple people still causes problems.
What
Let me tell you, let's talk about the problems, because that's what I live. I thought you was gonna get to, but you didn't know how I go with it. That's what I love about my man. Be over there, no, you don't have a problem because you be honest. But honestly, I can be honest on the upfront, and I can actually state my being on the upfront. Then I just want a monogamous relationship, this, that, the other. If you have a vision for me, and you have a thought other than what I say, you ain't always hearing what I say. And when I say that is because once I say that, I'm going to treat you appropriately. My whole thing is we're going to date appropriately. We're going to go out, we're going to have fun. Because I'm a fun guy and I want to have fun. Right. And we're going to do that. And then if sex is involved, not saying it always is, because I always respect people. As in, that's not what you do, you'll do, it's not going to happen. One, I respect. So we're gonna do whatever is according to. So when we do this, we have a dialogue, and that dialogue is important to me. Because when I'm doing shows and everything else, it's not about that. For me, it's about me knowing a person. So when I meet you and I read you, and we might have chemistry and we might not. But the bottom line is what we consent to. If we consent to casual sex, it is casual sex. It's not dating at that point. People need to understand it's different. Because dating is, I'm just getting to know you. I have a casual sex because she's been no sex and I have more sex and we have sex. It's casual sex. Please understand the definition of casual sex. It's casual sex. If I'm dating, I'm getting to know a person, I'm just getting to know them. If we have casual sex, it's casual sex. But some people have casual sex. Listen, casual sex. Now it's a relationship.
Wait, what?
No.
That's where there's, hold on. That's where I say there's a problem. You don't gotta say there.
Now here's what's happening. This is exactly what I was talking about a little while ago. Hold on.
AP know what I'm talking about. AP say a flag because no matter how good,
Jay,
casual sex is what? Casual
This
sex.
is part of the problem that you're facing, and you just described it over and over.
I said facing. No.
When you start having sex with these women, they start wanting more. They gonna start asking questions.
No, not necessarily.
And you ain't gonna give them the answer they want.
You can find the right one. You don't rock boats.
Okay, wait. Pause. Why wouldn't you give them the answer? Why wouldn't you give them the real answer, like to the question?
Real answer to the question.
Yeah.
I gave them a real answer. I said we had casual sex and they thought it was a relationship. So you said I didn't answer the question.
Okay, good. Okay. But I think the key is at the time that you realize she think this is a relationship. That's when it's time to have what we call a come to Jesus.
There you go. We had that.
Right.
But my whole thing is, even do you have it? Please understand.
Do you have
it's
that
a fight.
conversation?
No, we have it.
We gotta
because
have
you
that.
gotta have it.
Yeah, we gotta
I
have
promise
that.
you. When they
I like
no
my
crap,
size
you don't
and
understand. They
No, I
challenge
understand.
you.
I understand. As much as everybody in the room, and I can assure you, there's many women come through your life you did not have that
and they're gonna say
conversation.
right now, this is real talk right now. So round table talk.
But your
When we
peers-
have
your peers
that
don't do that.
sexual encounter, and she gonna sometimes challenge you because she feel real good about it, and she feels spiritual connection, right? So when she feels it, she like, well, at this point, why are you messing with other people? Now she already
Same
know
reason
that
why I was messing with other people
before I
we
met
had
you.
sex. Like,
Well, you think because of this, it seals the deal. My whole thing is I've been doing this way before you. So guess
in other
what?
words,
No, I don't want to say other words.
well,
I want to say
you gotta.
don't think this
Let's
makes
talk about how
anything
that.
different.
Let's talk about how they respond to that. How that makes them feel. Now you can say, "Hey, I don't care how they respond."
No.
And to a certain degree, we have to protect our own interests
I
and our own
have
life.
to repeat
But
because you're going to force me into a relationship that I'm not trying to enter. I stated it
Right.
from the beginning.
And-
So now all
and
of a
listen,
sudden
I'll keep giving
you
you
feel.
goodies as long as you don't pressure me about a relationship.
My
I'm
whole
sorry,
thing
what?
is
I'll keep giving you the D as long as you don't pressure me about a relationship.
no. Listen,
You know,
if you
long as we
come
ain't
at me the
gotta talk about
wrong way,
nothing,
I ain't give you
I'm
no
gonna go
more
ahead and
D.
keep hitting it.
No,
And it's gonna
no,
be good for
no.
me and be good for you. and
You
we gotta
dating
talk
a
about
crazy
relationship.
person.
No, we're not talking
Hell
about crazy.
no.
No, we're talking about
Bro,
we're talking about regular folk, Jay. The kind of folks
man,
that
she
you would,
ain't regular.
the kind of folks that you would like to date. You pick these people.
I
So,
picked them.
Yeah, you
I ain't picked that crazy. When I hit it, and I thought it was just good, and it was all, and they kind of, you are mine. Listen, no. I ain't said no, yo, they crazy. Like, dog, I hit that spirit. I hit that point, and it's like, oh, you better. Oh no, you ain't messing with nobody else. Now at this point, you can't continue this. You can't keep giving her something that you already know. She crazy. You are aiding and abetting. To me, you're accessory. You going down as crime, right? So when she go off and do something nutty, buddy, and crazy, your mind was because you helped it.
Listen,
Listen,
you want
you
to talk
gotta
about
stop
the
it.
extreme. We just
No, I
talk
got-
about
bro.
regular folk.
You're
man.
funding
You know what I'm
terrorism.
saying?
You saying terrorism? I'm telling you,
You're
normal
funny,
folk ain't normal. When you give somebody something that they not experienced, do you know? And I'm going sexual here, so you might want to get your kids away. When it comes to sex, orgasm and the man in the boat and butterfly and a lot of techniques has not been used properly in a lot of different people.
Okay.
So when you take the time, and I'm saying this because a lot of people feel like they're good at what they do and you don't want to expand on what you do. I've learned by listening to people. And one of the reasons I'm going to share this is I want to make everybody happier.
Listen,
If you get happy,
what you're saying is you put it down extra.
no, it's not
And
extra.
so it
No,
make these women
No,
crazy.
no.
Now I'm listening to
Now
you.
I'm telling you, crazy. You can bring out of a person if you understand the person. If you understand and in tune and make them into a vibrant.
And is that what you do? Is that you make them
Well, my
crazy?
whole thing is I ain't gonna just tell you what I do because my whole thing is not about me. It's about getting you in tune with the person you with. So if you are a person that just rabbit in this pound, I'm next to a woman that understand the pound, but she also understand a vibe, sexual vibe.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.